is Schematic2, and welcome to my Hime's Quest Any Percent beginner tutorial. So if you prefer a visual guide, this is the guide for you, this is the tutorial for you. I have a full-on big document on everything Hime's Quest speedrunning linked in the description if you prefer that. But for those who prefer a visual guide and just want, you know, a few little tips and pointers for the various rooms that you may not understand just by watching the world record or any other PB, this is the guide for you. I'll also be providing a beginner route here that only loses 15 to 20 seconds over the optimal route I use for world record, and it'll be really nice. And you won't have to succumb to a really silly RNG trick that saves 15 to 20 seconds, but it lets you play the game, have fun, build up fundamentals, and then if you feel like you really want to push yourself for world record or be competitive or whatever, or take on the grind, then you can employ that bridge skip technique that I mentioned. So we're gonna start the game here. I'm gonna start in file 3. I usually start in file 2 because I'm skating 2 to 2, and 2 is just kind of a thing. But we're just gonna go in file 3, and I guess we'll start the timer. The timer is gonna be completely irrelevant here, but just to give you an idea of where we are in the run, we're just gonna do that, right? And look, it's attempt 2 to 2. You guys get to see it first. Also, you're supposed to start time on the yes there. Anyway, so just a quick thing about movement, really quick before I go into this. You do not want to brush up against walls like this. If you can just hold straight left or right, or up or down or whatever, do that instead so you don't lose time here, because you can tell it's very much slower than just holding left. This is because the cardinal directions up, down, left, right, she moves 4 units more than if she were to go diagonal. Now if you go diagonal, even though you're losing less units of like that direction where you're going, if where you have to go is diagonal, like over here, like let's say you want to leave like this, then or like leave like this or whatever, you would want to go diagonal. Like you don't want to do this to exit. You want to be efficient with your movement. So like for example, in this area, I go down left to the shelf, down until like this tile, down left to here, don't brush up against the wall, and then as soon as I'm lined up with the door, I leave. So you'll be seeing a lot of efficient movement like that I spent hours upon hours when I was working on the tool assisted speedrun to figure out what is the optimal way to move in each screen to get through the screen really quickly. So now here is where the route diverges from the beginner route and the optimal route, or even the optimal but you have a preference about certain things. So the basic gist of what we're doing now in this Enter D2 split is obviously we gotta get to D2, which is Dungeon 2. We're skipping Dungeon 1, spoiler alert. Bomb skips are huge. They change the entire run. But we need money to be able to get the bomb license to even have bombs in the first place. Now if we're skipping Dungeon 1, unfortunately that dungeon had chests with Yeni in it, which is the currency in this game, the money, but we don't have that liberty because we're skipping Dungeon 1 completely. So there's not many chests left to work with. There are 2 in the desert that are not far out of the way at all. That gets us to 40, but we need 50. And that's a problem, right? So now there's only 2 other chests that are like relatively close that we can aim for, and they both take almost half a minute to get. It's roughly, I think it's 26 or 28 seconds. I have to open up my detailed notes of all this stuff. But there's one in the apartment here. There's an apartment, 1 screen down and 1 screen left that's filled with gamers, and that one funny non-gamer at the top who touches grass. There's a chest at the very top of that apartment. If you go all the way there, that chest has another 20 Yeni in it, and that gives you enough. Now, there's also a chest in the mall in this area, but unfortunately, if I make my way down there, you cannot go to the mall yet because you don't start with the sword, and there's these bushes that you cannot slash, which is unfortunate. So, to get to the mall, you have to go the long way through the desert, and luckily it's not that far out of the way, it's just a few screens out. But then the chest inside the mall is also pretty long to get because there's like a text box, and you know the chest is all the way in the corner that you have to go upstairs and stuff like that. Now the mall chest is oh so slightly faster than the apartment chest, with the caveat that if the squid in the desert moves in a way that forces you to move super far out of the way, it could end up being equal or maybe even worse. But for the most part, the mall chest is slightly faster, especially if you can advance the text box quick enough. Now, in this beginner route, you gotta get both, because you need to get enough money for not only the bomb license, but also the fishing rod, because we're not gonna be anywhere near the desert for the second half of the game, because we're not gonna be bridge skipping, right? We don't wanna rely on that RNG trick, we're just gonna go the long way through our bomb rock shortcut, and that's that. So to save that time back. Like, we're going to be spending a lot of time getting this extra money and getting the fishing rod early when we normally get it later. But then we don't have to do that whole trek back to the desert town anymore, the beach town. So it kind of balances out, and we only lose like 15-20 seconds. So you go down this screen here, you go left, and you want to go to this building over here. You go up to the very top. The movement here is a little tricky because they're really narrow passageways, but as long as you move efficiently, and see, you want to like go brush up with the left as much as you can, and grab the chest. Now mashing, I personally double thumb mash as much as I can, like this. I don't know, I'm comfortable with it. It doesn't take too much effort, but you can just chill and just mash A like this. It's really not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, as you can see. But yeah, there's a whole section on text mashing in my document too, if you want to look into that, and there's ways to optimize and stuff like that. But I personally kind of just turn my brain off and I just mash A because it's just consistent for a lot of things. But alright, you get that chest, you leave. And now our next goal is to go get the sword. So we're just gonna leave out here. One thing to note about like buildings in general, for the most part, I think it's almost every building, if you just try to hold right or left out of a building, you're gonna get stuck on the door. So you pretty much usually have to like hold down, like a diagonal down right or down left just for a little bit, just to like wedge you out of the doorway basically. So just something to keep in mind. Another thing too that I explained a bunch in the document, there's a whole section on just this alone, are screen transitions. So in the city, or pretty much any area that doesn't have like much wiggle room on where you can like exit the screen, there's only one spawn point, and it's a fixed spawn point no matter where you enter the screen from, right? So it's not gonna be obvious here, but I'll point it out when it's a lot more obvious. So here's probably a better example, right? So now we're heading back to go get the sword. Now, since we're going back to get to the sword, we really want to just like cut our movement as tight as possible and exit from the bottom of the screen. Because you would think that if you would go up all the way over here or whatever, you'd line up with where you were on the previous screen, but no, where you spawn here is fixed for this area specifically. Now, there's other screens later on in the game that have multiple spawn points, and that's where you can actually capitalize on those and like shift Hime to where you need to go to save additional frames. Again, I'll point those out where they're relevant, but for the most part, just think about like, what's the best way to move efficiently through a screen. And if there's a tight passageway, you pretty much just want to leave the screen as soon as you possibly can. So here you just want to lay with the bottom, and then you get pushed up naturally, so you don't have to move diagonally up or anything like that. You just hold right, diagonal up right here, you leave, and now you have this slime here. You have some options here with this slime. You don't have a sword, so you have to dodge it, or you tank it, right? Now, personally, I tank the first one, or no, sorry, I avoid the first one, and I tank the second one. I used to do the opposite. It doesn't really matter too much, but you only have 4 HP to start with, right? So there is a save statue coming up that lets you heal back to full. I personally skip that. I go as oftenly as I can. I just book it, and I just hope that I, survive all the way to Dungeon 2, and then I just heal there in Dungeon 2. But you have that statue there for safety, which is nice. And when you have the sword, you can slash things, and they can drop health, or, you don't take damage, and there's lots of ways to go about it. Now, I personally avoid this one, and then I just tank this one. I go diagonal as soon as I can, pretty much when I hit the staircase there, and then I go. So now we meet Alma, and she's the one who gives us our sword, and she talks a lot. And there's 2 different kinds of dialogues for text mashing. Again, the document covers all of this. I personally just mash A as fast as I can, and it gets the job done. Now, if you want to kind of just be a bit more chill about it, you can just slowly tap A with your thumb, or you can do what I do in the task, and I do this like BA press thing. I don't know if I'd recommend mashing B and A. I guess you could do that, and it could be okay if you do it right. But basically, the way these fast text boxes work is that once the first character is printed, if you push B or A at any time, the text box is going to speed up and print all the characters as quickly as it can. And that can take about 1 to 6 frames, depending on how long the text box is. But obviously, if you're just mashing A, then like you're good, right? Now, unfortunately, you cannot clear the text boxes with B. You can only speed up the text with B. So what I do in the task personally is the first frame I can, I hit B, and then 1 frame separating the 2, because you can't hit B and then A right away because there's like a lag frame in between. Then you hit A, and then it clears the text box, right? Once the thing is done. So it's like you can do like AB or like BA or something like that, like. it's kind of hard to explain, but you can do some sort of weird like that. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Just mash however you like. I just personally double thumb mash A for these long text boxes because A just consistently works for every kind of text box, and it also speeds up the text too. And then after all those text boxes, she asks a bunch of questions that are all basically irrelevant for the speedrun. And then she eventually gives you the sword. So now you can finally slash these down. Heck yeah. Next screen, there's two enemies. There's a slime on the bottom, and there's an orc in the top left. The fastest way to move through that screen, regardless if you take damage or not, is going to the orc side in the top left. It's a little bit quicker, but you can also just go down, slash the slime. It's up to you. I think the safest way would definitely be to take on the slime. So you would just go down here, and you would go like slash, 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 and then just go down this way, and that's definitely the fastest way to get through that. I personally just go from the top left, and then if the orc hits me, the orc hits me. And if it does, so be it. If it doesn't, whatever. But I'm going for world record. I'm going for aggressive strats. I definitely don't recommend that starting out. You definitely want to be mindful of your HP, and you want to, like, you know, tackle the screens the way you think you should, right? So err on the side of caution. But if you know that there's like a save statue coming up and you can capitalize off that, you can just tank the enemies and just heal it back, and it's basically going to come out to the same amount of time. Alright, so there you slash this, you push this statue, head out over here, then there's two squids over here. So they weren't in my way, I just went for it, but you can slash that if it's in your way. Here's your first kitsune statue, fox statue. When you interact with this, it heals you to full, like so. You rest of the kitsune statue. So just interacting with it at all heals you, which is nice. Then there's another dialogue, you're fully healed, and another dialogue, what would you like to do? And this dialogue here, it asks if you can save the game and continue, save and quit, or quit without saving. So obviously you don't want to do the quitting ones, you want to keep on playing the game. Now if you just mash A, you're going to save your game, and there's going to be an additional text box, but your game will be saved. If you push B on this dialogue, you can actually skip saving and skip that text box at all. And every time you do that, you save about half a second. So over the course of a run, you're using these statues probably like 5 to 10 times. You're gonna save like, you know, up to 5 seconds potentially. In my case, I usually use statues maybe 5 or 6 times, so I only save about 3 seconds. But you get the idea. Because I'm going for world record, I don't save the game. But if you're first starting out, and especially for like bomb skip stuff like that, for the swamp or whatever, and you want to just keep the run going, or you're like you want to save before Nofungus, and if you die in Nofungus, you get to try again or whatever. Starting out, I think there's no harm in saving again. You're only losing a half second every time you do it. And at GDQ, I mean, if you're watching this after GDQ, I saved everywhere. So because I just, in case anything went wrong, you know, I want to keep the run going. Yeah, so anyway, you head straight right after this ladder over here, or stairs, and then you hold down right here, go into that screen as soon as you can, and then you pick up this chest. You can be really far from a chest, as you can see, depending on where you are. If you're coming at it from below, you want to like basically line up her head with the chest. But if the chest is below you, you can actually be like a decent chunk away from the chest and still get it. Also, I love that the enemies are just dancing in place, just waiting for me to like advance this dialogue. Anyway, you leave back here, so now we're at 2 chests. Now, we're gonna go get the mall chest, also known as the Jangle chest, named after Jangle Storm, who we were watching him do a casual playthrough, and he went through the mall at this point in the game earlier, and then got the chest there, and then that made me think like, wait, that chest actually might be faster than the apartment chest, and then I rerouted to get the apartment chest, to get the mall chest. Now in the optimal route, I just get the mall chest because I don't get the fishing rod early, but anyways. You do need this for the beginner route though, so you need both chests. You need the apartment and the mall chest. So here you immediately get thrown into a text box thing. There's 4 text boxes here. Just advance it as fast as you can, and you go up this way, go around this thing, and then you pick up this chest over here. And again, you can be pretty far away from it. My visual cue is like there's like bathroom tiles here. I aim for like this plus sign here, and that usually works. Alright, go back around. I go 3 tiles, I go down left, and I peace out. Again, the doorway, you want to like just barely go down right a little bit, and then quickly go right out that way. Alright, then we're gonna go down this way. And then here, normally we go to Dungeon 2, or Dungeon 1, which is just to the right of us, but we're skipping Dungeon 1, and we're getting bombs, and we're going to Dungeon 2. So we're going straight down here, avoid this guy. Here's a squid, try to avoid it or kill it or whatever. And then there's a chest here, and there's all the money we need. We're now at 80, we can get both the fishing rod and the bomb license. So we're gonna go here to Beach Town, and we're already on the screen with the shop. And now here you can talk as early. I look at her feet, and I wait for her feet to be... Personally, I wait here to be extra safe, but you can talk to them from like here, I think, or maybe a bit more. There. there. Yeah, that's the limit, but I aim for a foot to go up that high. Anyway, you get here, and you have the fishing rod and the bomb license on the top row there. So in the optimal route, obviously I don't get the fishing rod now. If you watch my world record, I go get the bomb license and I peace out. As far as where you can place your cursor to get this as fast as you can, you actually only have to have like the tip of the thing, the tip of the pointer, like just barely like touch the corner of the square it's in. So like here I think it'll work. Yeah. So you can kind of be super efficient with that. Either way, buy the fishing rod. It's a little bit of A mashing there, and then I go left, get the bomb license. There's a big tutorial about how bombs work there, so there's a lot to mash through there, and then B to exit the shop. And now if you check your inventory, you have 8 bombs and you have your fishing rod already. Now you have to equip bombs. You can equip it whenever you want. I personally do it on the screen, like a few screens before the bomb skip. Doesn't really matter when you do it, just make sure you remember what to do. I'll just do it now just for the sake of remembering. And now we're gonna go back to where we were with the chest and go up a screen and quickly go left here. Yeah, I change it. I don't know why I change it here, because I'm guessing I'm just holding left the whole screen. I don't know. Here's Salty the Witch's house. We're not going to do this yet because we don't have the mushroom key item from Dungeon 2. And now we have the bomb skip here. This is our first bomb skip of the run, and I have a whole bomb skip video tutorial that you can watch instead to go about the details. And there's also, again, a whole bomb skip section in my document that, like, I think it's almost 2 pages of just bomb skip knowledge. So yeah, so basically the way I'll quickly recap here. I just enter the screen from the bottom point here, and you're going to be in a fixed spawn point in such a way that you can buffer your input and get it consistently to hit the 3-frame window for the bomb skip. So I just enter, and then I go boom, 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 and then I'm out. And then I go down this way. If you just buffer your inputs, you can avoid the bat. And here, depending on your HP, if you're at 1 HP, obviously you have to kill it. But you can just tank the mushroom because there's about to be a Kitsune statue right here. And I enter D2, and that's where I split. And every dungeon has a Kitsune statue basically at the entrance. And this one is really not that far out of the way. So yeah, you can go here, quickly tap right. You rested the statue, and then save your game or not. I'm going to skip saving. Actually, I guess I should probably save. Let's go ahead and save just to be safe. Okay. So now, Dungeon 2. Welcome to Dungeon 2. So this area is interesting. So the dungeon itself is not that bad, but there's a lot of randomness to the enemies that could make things a little bit difficult. You only have 4 HP to work with again, which is kind of rough. Luckily, there is an HP upgrade in here, so that's going to make things easier for the rest of the run, and for Nofungus himself, if you so choose to. So yeah, you just go to the save, do that. Here's the pipes. These pipes are a little weird. If you try to go diagonal, or like try to like, I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to explain, but basically, there's a situation where you can like zip like that, like, yeah, see, like if you don't go far enough, it just pushes you and it zips you to the side. So be cognizant of like where you're able to like enter these pipes, and be a little careful about that. So try to aim for like her head, like pretty much everything except the ponytail part to be lined up with the hole, or even further than that. You gotta be really careful with that. But anyway, let me just start this room over and start from the top. I just want to talk about the pipes a little bit because they are a little bit wonky. Alright, so I just hold up left there, and then here for these levers, the interesting thing about them is you don't have to be like really up in its face like this, and you don't have to be that high either. As long as Hime, so my visual cue is this like green triangle here. There's like a green triangle jutting out of the pipe. I go like just 2 frames higher than that and a bit to the left too. So like, I think this will work. Basically, if you're lined up, like if her hair is lined up with the bottom of the switch, you're gonna hit it. So if you're too low, you're not gonna hit it. But if you're that high, nope, this will work, right? So you have to hit that once coming out of here. So basically, I'll just start from the top here. You go here, wrap around, quickly hit it, and then loop around here. And then I grab this chest. This chest has a key to get out of this room, and you have to hit this switch again, and then you leave. And then you open the door. Now in the next room, there are 2 mushrooms, or sporelings as they're called, little baby mushroom guys that can pew you diagonally. What I do is I just aggressively run through it. I don't recommend it. I would probably suggest killing the first sporeling and just hope that the second one doesn't like get in your way. So I would just go like this, quickly slash this guy, and then like leave this way. The thing that's kind of nice about taking damage against this guy is that you're probably gonna end up getting HP from something soon, and you're gonna get that HP back. But you're pretty much guaranteed to take a hit in the next room anyway, so I would prefer to err on the safe side starting out and just kill the mushroom. So now you're here, you're at a crossroads. You want to go left first. Then here you just have to quickly tap down, and if you just hold left, you're gonna make it through. Hopefully these mushrooms don't get in your way. And then this skeleton, just flat out, it sucks. Like, skeletons are just really hard to, like, defeat without getting hit. You have to basically play like super safe and slow, and it's like usually just not worth it. So what I personally do is I just destroy the skeleton, because if you just tank the skeleton, the game's gonna lag a lot, and then by the time you hit the switch and go back, the skeleton's gonna hit you a second time. So it's better to just deal with the skeleton and just take the damage there, and then you can get lucky, and like half the time the skeleton's just gonna drop a cupcake and you can just heal back to full. So that's what I personally do. Unfortunately, they dropped money, which is good for 100%, but not for this. And then you want to head back into the pipe after you hit the switch, and you want to quickly enter the pipe again to get this chest. So now you may be wondering like, oh no, but now I can't go back to the left side of the screen, but it's okay, there's nothing, you did what you had to do here, you had to get that chest, and that's it. So we're done with this area, we'll be back here later. Now we go to the other side. And then you want to hit the switch right away, quickly enter this, and hold right here. And pick up this chest, which has another key, and this area, like this dungeon, is like a good example of like knowing what you should do in every room. You should definitely, like, as you're running the game and as you're playing the game, you should always like think about the room ahead, as long as the room you're currently in is not too much to think about. Just think about what you have to do in the next room so that you can buffer the inputs you need to do to keep on going. I know I myself starting out, like, I would just be like, oh, it's this screen. Like, I would like enter the room, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's this screen, and then like I would just react. I would just like, I would not think, I would hold up like, oh crap, I'm in this screen, and then I lose a bunch of time to that. So the more you like play the game, and the more you like remember like, oh yeah, this screen I hold right, this screen I hold up, this screen I hold up right, like the more frames you're gonna save everywhere. You're gonna save seconds all over the place. And when I like watch back my run and compare it to the tasks I made, I found ways to save like over half a minute over the course of the whole run, just due to like me doing a lot of stupid movement stuff. So it goes a long way, and just keep that in mind, that like as you play the game, you want to get used to like not being like on autopilot, and just remember what you have to do in each screen. So now in this screen, you're gonna be kind of like to the left of the pipe, and so you have to like move straight right and then go down to the pipe. So here, if I were to just hold straight down or hold diagonal down right, it wouldn't work, right? If I did this, I'm just gonna do this and I'm gonna look silly, right? But here, if I hold right and then hold down, I go in, hit the switch, enter this, and then unlock this. I personally just do like an up and then a up right, but it doesn't really matter, just get to the door. And now, okay, this room here, this is the first switch you have to hit, like the major switch to unlock the Nofungus door, the boss fight. So here, the bat can fly early, but don't panic. If the bat does fly early, you could just like walk around it, like just no, you don't even have to back up. I think you just have to like go down and go around it like a U shape, basically. So here, we'll see what happens. Okay, he moves. So you just do this. You just gotta go around it. You barely lose any time and you don't get hit. Bats are also kind of annoying to fight, so you just have to kind of hope you can just avoid it. Okay, in this room here, the way I do this to enter the pipe really quickly, instead of holding like down and then left, you can do a diagonal. So what I do personally here is I hold down for a little bit, like maybe, I don't know, 5-10 frames or something, and then I hold down left. So I go, and I go in, no problem. If you do it too early, you're gonna bonk on the top of it like this. Like that, right? So you don't want that. So you go like, there you go. And then you hit the switch. Again, hit the switch as low as you possibly can, so you save a little bit of time. And then here you open the door. I just hold left a bit, and then, okay, this room is an important one. This is another, like, this dungeon is just like the perfect, like, area to, like, really drive home how good it is to, like, think ahead about other screens of what you're supposed to do to, like, not get punished or not lose time, right? So there's a skeleton in the dead center of that room, and there is a 100% consistent way to get through that room without ever getting hit. And early on, I know myself and other runners would just, like, you do the thing where they would just react and go like, oh crap, that's a skeleton room, and then you get hit by the skeleton because you didn't think about what to do. But as you practice this is extremely free. So here you want to basically, you buffer up right until you like line up with like the square. He's in like a little like 3x3 like tile square thing. So you line up with the bottom row of 3 squares, you hold straight right, and then once you hit like the corner, like the bottom right corner of where he is, you just buffer up right and he'll never hit you. He'll swing his sword, but he'll never get you. So it looks like this. There you go. See? And he doesn't even get you. And the same thing can be applied to just holding left here. If you just buffer left, he'll never get you. So as long as you buffer your movements, this guy will never get you. So this is like a good example of remembering what to do going into other screens and buffering your movements in the way you're supposed to do it. So yeah, you go up, right, up, right, doesn't get you. And now we're in a screen with 3 sporelings. You have to defeat all these 3 sporelings to drop the key that you need to move on. Just fight them as quickly as you can. And just know that your sword has like a pretty decent range. And then yeah, pick up food while you can without losing as much time. And then here, buffer left, skeleton will never get you. Now here, this room kind of sucks. This room, you're almost guaranteed to get hit by the bat or the mushroom or something. There's just, everywhere you go, there's something in your way. So you can choose to either slash like the bottom shroom and then slash the bat and then move on. Like, if you're at 1 HP and you have to survive, you just have to like not get hit by the bat and the sporeling and just defeat them both and lose 2 seconds or even more than 2 seconds. But if you have a lot of HP, especially if you have 2 HP, I think if you have 2 HP, I would recommend just tanking this room and go the top route. The top route is a little bit quicker, so I would just see the bat move right away. I just go up this way and I go down left here and I just hope nothing hits me, but like almost always something will hit you there. Alright, now here's another slight route divergence. In my world record route, I do not get this HP upgrade, but there's a bomb rock here that does have not only an HP upgrade, but it also has a 50 yen chest, which means that we'll have enough money for the rest of the run, and you can skip everything. In this route, because we already got the fishing rod, the 50 yen chest is not as important, but it is still needed, because we do still need to refill on our bombs, because we need bombs for the rest of the game. And even though we're not using bombs for bomb skip, we still are using bombs for all the bosses to defeat them as quickly as possible. So we want 8 for the final area, we want at least 3 or 4 for the Underlord fight, we also want 3 for Nofungus. So the Yeni does still come in handy, and since you're already in this screen to get the HP upgrade anyway, it's not much time to pick up the money chest. Now, there's a quick way of exploiting this rock without wasting too much time. So like, a lot of people would naturally just like drop a bomb like here, they would back away so that the bomb doesn't get canceled, because if you stay in the bomb radius of like where the explosion is, the bomb is just not going to work. I guess I could demonstrate it, but I gotta do a save state real quick. So here, if you just like drop a bomb here and you just sit here, it's not gonna work, right? So you can see like, just like kind of imagine the radius around this, like here, like this explosion effect, just think about that in your mind. Just imagine like a slightly bigger square where the bomb is and just step away from it a little bit, right? So you can kind of see like this tile here, you want to be like, maybe like here would be fine. Hard to say. Yeah, that would have been fine. So it's like, it's roughly like a tile and a half away, like a 1.5 Himes away, basically, at the very least. But usually just go like 2 Himes away and you'll be fine. But yeah, let me reload my save because bombs are kind of important. Okay, so the way I do this personally is when entering the room, I go up left as high as you possibly can go. You could actually be a little bit lower, but it's just easier if you go as high as you possibly can. And then I go up until this, like, I don't know what this is, but like these mushroom things sticking out. And then I drop the bomb here, and then I stand pretty much around here. And that way you're still gonna make the rock explode, but you're like buffering left to enter the room as quickly as you can. So you take a little bit of time going up like here to set that up, but then that means you don't have to do like drop bomb here, back up, and then go after, which is even slower than just doing that, right? So I'll just do it one more time from the top, just to give you like an idea of how it, like, how the motion is like from the beginning of the room. So I go up here, bomb, and then like go lower than that. Yeah, so the thing is, if you're not high enough, you gotta kind of go lower to be like, to make sure that you don't, like, you really want to be as high as you possibly can. Let's just do it one more time. I haven't done this in a while because I don't do the safe route, I go optimally, but yeah. So up here, bomb. All right, this should be good. And hold left, and you're in. So here's the secret room. Pick up this chest, you get money, and this chest has the HP upgrade. Now the HP upgrade does not heal you, unfortunately, so you still have to heal at a Kitsune statue to get your health back. Now there is a safe route that doesn't lose that much time, honestly. Like, I think it doesn't even lose like more than 5 seconds. There's a portal here that you can activate with the switch to go back to the start of the dungeon, and then you can heal yourself at the Kitsune statue there. You can tank the sporelings again, like the 2 sporeling room, and then you'll be at least 4 HP for Nofungus. If you're at like really low HP, or if you're critically low, like at 1, I would definitely recommend it. Maybe even at 2, I would recommend it, especially starting out. If you're at 3, you could probably manage with 3, honestly. But yeah, I will show both routes, I guess. I guess I'll do another save state here, just to show off both. But basically, you always want to enter this room first. You have to unlock this key, you go straight down to the pipe, and as soon as you pop out here, just slash and then leave. And now here is where it diverges. You can either choose to go the other way, so if you hit that switch to the left, this one over here, you can go back to the room with the skeleton that hit you at the very start, and you can go that way, but you can risk getting hit by a lot of things there. So yeah, again, if you're really low, I don't recommend that. I recommend just going up this way. You go up here, you slash this thing, you hit the portal, and then here you gotta be careful. You don't want to hold up. If you hold up, you'll re-enter the portal. So just kind of go a bit right, and then up right, Kitsune statue, you heal, you can save your game if you want, and then you go up instead. You don't go through the portal again, you just skip the portal, you go up this way, and you just do these rooms again. You just go straight in the pipes. You can kill the Sporling if you want to be really safe, but you can just tank it, and you'll be at least 4 HP entering Nofungus, which is pretty nice, I think. And then that lets you take 3 hits for Nofungus, but then unfortunately you have to leave the dungeon, and then those Sporlings are there again, so ideally you want to beat Nofungus with at least 2 HP, and then that way you're guaranteed to continue the run, regardless of what that bottom room does. Now I'll just show off the other way real quick, which is what I do personally when I have enough HP for it. I'm at 3 HP, so I think that's fine. That is totally enough HP. So you enter the pipe, slash, boom, and then you hold left, slash this from as far as you can, re-enter the pipe, go down this way, and here you just kind of hope these guys are not going to shoot you or be in your way. Unfortunately, I got shot, so that's pretty bad. And then you go through here, and then you're there, right? So it's only 2 screens to get here, but then you could potentially risk taking even more damage. And now I'm here entering the fight with 2 HP, which is doable still, and I've definitely had runs that continued with 1 HP even, but it's not ideal. So I would personally recommend starting out to just use the portal. It's safe, and it doesn't even lose that much time. But if you're at the start, if you're like grinding the game, you just want to you want to get as fast as you possibly can, then you would skip this for sure. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and go to Nofungus now. Alright, Nofungus is, I mean, as his name states, literally a no-fun Gus. They're just awful. They're just completely RNG, and there's no way to manipulate it right now because of the way RNG works. I'm not going to go into all that. Again, the guide explains RNG and everything. There might be a way in the future to manipulate it somehow, but it's pretty unrealistic right now. So Nofungus is pretty simple, right? So he has 10 HP, and if you were to just slash his arm 10 times, you know, that's like the way you normally beat him. But with bombs hit for 4 times damage. They hit for 4 HP. So if you drop 3 bombs that hit his arm, you win. You just win the fight right away, and it saves so much time on average. Like, I think each time you nail a bomb, you're saving like half a minute on average. I'm not even kidding. Like, there's a lot of actions that Nofungus can do, and again, I break down all of that in the guide below. But there's only 3 actions out of 6, except they're way more likely to do the bad actions, like the summon guys, the pew pew 3 projectile thing. So you just have to do this fight as best as you can, but basically the basic gist of it is you want to stay in the center of the screen roughly, and then just try to not get hit by the Sporlings on the side. They're doing random stuff. And then you just want to look at Nofungus. You just focus on what Nofungus is doing. And as soon as you see him move away from the center, you know that he's doing the action that's going to make him shoot the arm out. And when you see that, as soon as you see that, you drop the bomb, you move out of the way so that you don't cancel the bomb when you're in the radius, and then it hits the arm before he retracts the arm back in. Now, there's new tech called the Tempest Slash, or the Instant Explosion, or the Sea Sword, Sea Ford, that Tempest Mask 1000 found, that lets you detonate the bomb sooner than normal, and this lets you also hit the pattern where he instantly shoots the arm when he's already on the side, when we normally wouldn't able to do that. Normally wouldn't have been able to do that anymore. So yeah, I'll just show off. I'll try my best to play this fight out. I would recommend, honestly, just just get good at like not getting hit in this fight. So maybe just do like a few practice sessions of just stay in this room and just try to survive. The better you are at surviving this and like understanding how all the patterns work, like the Sporlings, they move randomly towards you, they shoot diagonally only and not to the side. So like you want to be like perpendicular to them. You don't want to be diagonal from them as much as you can, while also staying in the center. And then from there, you just drop the bomb and move away from where Nofungus is, and then you just kind of hope it works. Unfortunately, there's this weird thing about Nofungus, and I don't exactly know why it happens again, but the theory is that there's like a lag frames occur when enemies do certain actions, like when they think about like, oh, I'm gonna shoot, or oh, I'm gonna move. There's like a slight lag frame in the game, and if your bomb like hitting the arm happens on the same frame where the lag frame happens, the bomb just doesn't hit, unfortunately, which is really annoying, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to drop another bomb or just sword slash the rest of the fight. Luckily in this route, we have one extra bomb to work with. So, you know, you can, I would go for, you have basically 4 bombs to work with for this fight. And then the rest of the bombs you need to like continue the run, with the bomb skip and the bomb rock shortcut and everything. So, okay, so here we go. A lot of text to mash. Again, I just mash A personally, but you just mash however you want. Just thumb mash A. All right, so here we go. I'm watching Nofungus. He's doing the pew pew, dodge the pew pew. If the mushrooms get too close to you, you can knock him out. Okay, there he moved. Tempest Slash, it hits him. There we go. Alright, he moved. He can move. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this real quick. He can also move from one side to the other side. So if you just keep on paying attention, like wait until he stops. If he stops, you know he's not going to do it. If he goes to the other side of the screen, and as soon as you see him cross that center part of the screen, you drop a bomb again. It's really important to drop the bomb as soon as you can. Now luckily with the Tempest Slash, you don't have to be perfect with this, but the earlier you can do it, the better. Because if you drop the bomb early, you do the Tempest Slash, the bomb explodes really fast, and you see that you got the lag frame, you can still rush back in and hit him with the sword at least, so that way at least you do 1 damage. So that way you can do a fight where you do 2 bombs and 2 sword slashes, and then you still save your bomb extra. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, so he went to the side, Tempest Slash, got him. Okay, he did it, and slash. I didn't get it, so I failed. Now, if you get good at that Tempest Slash and make the bomb explode instantly, you can actually hit him there. So I didn't, unfortunately. So now I have to wait for him to do it again. Again, this is all RNG. There's nothing really you can do about this. And again, you only have 1 extra bomb to spare here, so be careful about that. Alright, so I'm just staying in the center. Alright, there we go. And Tempest Slash, and dead. And there, if I would have got lag frames, I could have just rushed back in and hit him real quick before he retracts the arm back. And that's it for Nofungus. I don't recommend splitting where I split. I think it was a really stupid split location in retrospect. Split wherever you want. You can split as soon as he dies. But I think from now on, if I had to like go back and change where I split, I would split like upon leaving this room. Or even leaving D2, whichever one. But I think leaving the room is a pretty consistent spot. Alright, so like here. And then here, like what happens usually in runs is you can get to 1 HP after Nofungus. You get here, and then you're at the mercy of what the Sporlings do, and you have to be extremely careful, and like half the time, maybe even over half the time, you're probably gonna end up dying here. So that's why going through the portal and healing is just really nice, because it kind of like circumvents this ever being an issue unless you get hit a lot in Nofungus. But yeah, that just takes practice, and eventually you'll get it down. But yeah, since we have enough HP, just tank this. Don't even bother killing this because you're just going to heal at the statue anyway, because you want as much HP as you possibly can for this next section in between Dungeon 2 and Dungeon 3, because there's so many random things that can hit you along the way, and you want as much HP as possible for as much as possible throughout that whole segment. So just go here, quickly save again, or save or not save, up to you. And then here, again, the same thing applies to the doorways. If you hold right, it's not going to work. So you want to just go down right a little bit, go around here. So here, I recommend slashing. I would like, HP is so important in this segment, because here, this bat can hit you, and he did. There's nothing you really do about that. You can try killing the bat, but you'll probably end up getting hit. So just run through that and just pray it doesn't hit you. But luckily we have 5 HP, so we have a bit more to play with here, and we can be a bit more risky. Now here, we have to go to the right to get the bicep card from Salty the Witch in their house. Now, you can bomb skip across this, but because we only have 1 bomb extra, I don't recommend that at all. You want to save this bomb, especially in this case. I don't have enough bombs, so I can't do that. If you're at 2 bombs here, do not even think about trying to bomb skip back here. And it's fine, because if you just fall in the pit, you spawn on the right side no matter what. If you fall from the left or the right, you'll always spawn here. So just fall in the pit for the first time, buffer down right, go here, and then talk to Salty as optimally as you can. Mash A. And then you have to talk to NPCs twice. Like if you haven't talked to an NPC before that you have to trade an item for another item, you have to talk to them twice. So just keep that in mind. Once you see the bicep card, she's gonna say 3 text boxes here. 1, 2, 3. Good luck, Hime. You leave. Now this door is a bit different. There's like a staircase to get to the doorway, so you gotta go a little bit down, then left, and then go here. Now here we have the second bomb skip of the swamp again, and I talk about this in the whole bomb skip tutorial, but it's a little bit different, so practice this however you like, but basically you bomb skip here, like so, and then you're going up. So you go up here, you want to shimmy right here, because if you don't, then you can get stuck there, and the bat's going to move randomly, and it's going to hit you, and you're going to get punished. So just buffer a little bit of a right movement there to get up the stairs, and quickly get out of that screen so the bat doesn't get you. The next screen also has 2 bats, and as long as you buffer left and move efficiently, it'll not hit you, regardless of what it does. Now this screen has 2 sporelings. Luckily here, they're like completely out of the way. Sometimes they can be kind of sandwiching you, and you might have to deal with them. Just try your best to not get hit here. Like so. Here you go straight up. And then here we have the push statue. Now they have the bicep card, you're able to push these statues now for the rest of the run. You go up this way. And now here on the next screen, there's going to be a slime. I recommend killing this slime, probably. Especially at this point, like, if you got really unlucky, or if you messed up a bomb skip once or something, you'll be at like 2 HP here. So, especially if you're at 2 HP, you definitely want to slash this. You can definitely risk not slashing here, because we are going to get a heal in New Crunchy City, because that's our next goal. We're heading back to the city to squish the cat, and also deliver Ito's cat back, and a bunch of other things. And we're going to refill our bombs, and we're going to heal the full at the shop too while we're at it. So just keep that in mind. Again, this is like a whole thing of like managing your HP and just knowing, like just kind of routing in your head, okay, what are the things that can damage me from now until the next heal spot, and just play around that, right? If you get lucky and the bat doesn't get you, like the first bat that hits you after the 2 spoiling screen at the very start of this segment, then you can afford to like take a damage on something else. But I got hit, so I'm gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna just slash the slime. I think the safest way to slash the slime is like so. You go in like this, and you have this like ledge here as like a shield. I know Welsh likes to do this. This is definitely the safest way. The more optimal way is going up all the way like this, and then just tapping right a little bit. If you tap right a little bit, they're not gonna move left and hit you. But it's scary, I get that. It's honestly not that much slower to just do this, to be honest. And again, the benefit of slashing things too is they can drop food half the time, so you can kind of mitigate bad luck and stuff like that. And that's why I definitely recommend starting out to kill more things than just tank things, and be greedy like I do in my runs, because it can definitely pay off, especially with all the HP drops that happen. Alright, so here, there's another screen transition thing going on here. If you just go straight up here, this is a case where there are multiple spawn points. If you go straight up, you're not going to spawn in the right spot. You're going to spawn more left, I think, right? Yeah. If you go further right... Oh, wait. No, hold on a sec. Wait. Yeah, okay, there we go. So, hold on, let me defeat this guy. You want to be as far right as possible here so that you spawn... Let me see, does this work? Yeah, there's a spawn point here and there's a spawn point like here or something. So you want to... I would just recommend just lining up with the trees, honestly. Because yeah, see, that pushed me left. You don't want that, so... I don't know, let me just try to do this right. So you do this, kill a slime, go around, and like just line up with like this, and you'll be good. Alright, go up here. Go up this way. This area is kind of weird. It's very easy to get lost in this area starting out, because you can like go right here, you can go right here. It's very confusing at first, but just follow these easy steps. You go up the stairs twice. 1 stairs, 2 stairs, 3 stairs here, diagonal up right here. And now here, there's a Yenny chest that you have to pick up if you skip if you do the optimal route. If you do the super optimal route and you need money, and you skip the HP upgrade and everything, you need this 50 Yenny chest, and you just go straight up, get the chest. Sometimes you have to deal with the orc, whatever. But in this case, we already got the 50 Yenny chest in Dungeon 2, so we just skip it. So we just move on like this, go down this bridge, and you jump down here in this wonderful little pig village, and there is Ito's cat. So you can... It's pretty lenient here. Look how far you can be again. Tenmaru here is kind of like the chest, so you can be pretty far away and still get it, so mess around with that. But yeah, here's Tenmaru. Yeah. So this is Ito's lost cat. You can actually find the cat before even talking to Ito, which is nice. Again, you have to talk to Ito twice, but there you go. So go through this way, and now this next screen coming up, there's going to be 2 slimes, and if you get unlucky, the slime will move in a way that will always hit you, regardless of what you do, because there's just not enough room to go around it. So if you have enough HP, this is the last enemy now, before our full heal. So if you have 2 HP, just tank this. There's nothing to worry about. So in this case, I have 5. I am way more than good. So you can just go here and just aggressively just like do this or something. It doesn't matter what you do there, but just go through that. There is a health upgrade here, and there is a health upgrade here. Unfortunately, you have to bomb skip over both of those, and it's probably not worth it. And, you know, like, you could go up to 6 HP if you pull it off and you have the extra bomb to do it, but this one bomb we have here, we need this bomb to blow up this rock. So I personally don't recommend it. I think 5 HP is plenty, personally. But if you're having trouble and you want them, if you want more HP, you can try practicing bomb skipping over this pit or the other pit. I recommend this pit here. But yeah, anyway, I don't recommend it personally. I think 5 HP is plenty if you get good at the game. But anyway, I digress. So, okay, here's another, this is like the example I point out to the most in terms of why screen transitions are super important. If you just hold straight down from here, look where Hime spawns. She's gonna spawn to the right, towards the chest over here. Now, if you just move just a little bit left, right? So if you're at the far left possible here, if you just move 1 frame left, or 2 frames, not even. If you go down, look where we spawn now. We spawn all the way that way. So this specific screen transition, if done correctly, saves you a half second, over half a second. It's crazy how much this saves. And this is just an example that, like, if you really study each room and each screen transition, you can save, like, plenty of time over the course of the whole run. This is the one that blew my mind initially when I was tasking it. I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy how lenient that is and how much time you save here with the spawn points. So, yeah, that's my recommendation. You just, you know, you push this out of the way, you go down, just, like, go down left a little bit, and you'll be good. And now you'll be towards the bomb. And now to blow up this bomb. Again, this is scary, right? Because if you are anywhere near the bomb radius explosion thing, the rock will not explode and your run is just going to be dead. So you have to be really careful with this. I have a personal preference of how I do this that I think is really consistent. And the way I do it personally is I just go in as much as possible here. I go all the way down to this tree, right? And then I place the bomb, and then I stand above, like, you see there's like a little, like a mini staircase with like 2 black lines above Hime right now. If you're standing just a little bit above it, I think even if you're pixel perfect like this, it'll work. So just like go a little bit up, but don't go too far up, because what can happen is you drop a bomb, and then you hold up too far, and you scroll to the next screen, and then you lost your bomb. So you gotta be really careful here. So just kind of get used to this. You have a decent amount of leeway here. The thing that's scary is that, like, I know, like, you can also, like, you can go like this to be, like, extremely safe, but, like, I think even if you get stuck here, it'll still work. I'll do a save state here just in case, but yeah, you definitely don't want to be anywhere near it. So, like, this will work, I think. No, not even. That was probably 1 pixel off. So, like, you still have, like, a decent amount of pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, you'd have to hold up for, like, a decently long time here. I also don't think I recommend holding up left. I mean, that does slow you down a bit. You could do that, I guess. It's actually not that bad of an idea. Like, you can buffer up left, and then as soon as you see her move, like, to the right, then you just, like, change to right. That might not be a bad idea, to be honest. But yeah, just do whatever you want there, as long as you are above, like, clearly above this, like, black line staircase thing. So I'm gonna reload my save state. Obviously, we need our bomb to continue the game. So yeah, I'll start from the top here. I'm just gonna go from this screen, left a bit, put in here, go above the line, and this will work. Oh! No, it won't! Okay, shows what I know. I don't know anything, apparently. Okay, we'll try it again, one more time. I'm kind of surprised that didn't work, to be honest. Alright, so maybe just do this. Okay, there you go. I'm honestly really shocked that didn't work. Anyway, oh yeah, so you can also Tempest slash this bomb rock too. And if you time it, like, really right, like, so this one, you kind of don't want to aim for, like, the 20 frame before flash thing. You want to aim almost, like, right as it flashes, basically. So you go, like, this, and then, like, yeah, you want to do it a bit sooner than that. But you can make that bomb rock, or you can make that bomb explode a lot sooner than you think. Okay, so now we're back in town through that shortcut, which is nice. And we have a few things we have to do here. First, we're gonna go pet the cat, or squish the cat, or whatever you want to do with the cat, but we're gonna show Yuzu some love. Oh yeah, so there's a heal statue over here. Do not use this one, because we're gonna go to the shop anyway, and we're just gonna heal there. So don't heal off that one, we're gonna heal later. Nothing can hurt you for the rest of this. So here's Yuzu. Yeah, you can talk to her pretty early as well, but you gotta be facing left. So Yuzu is interesting. Basically, she just randomly shoots those like fish speech bubbles everywhere. What we found is like the most consistent way, like RTA, is just move your hand all the way to the top of the screen and just mash A and B, because A and B both let you do the input of like making the hand approach Yuzu to pet her. But you cannot advance the dialogue with B, so keep that in mind. So you want to like mash A to get through the dialogue. And then once you're in there, you can mash B and A, and then once you get the 5th pat in, switch to mashing A again. So mash A, there'll be a little bit of a tutorial here, and then you go up here and you just mash A, B. I just do this. And you just pray that the speech bubbles don't get in your way. So there it did, unfortunately. Yeah, this is like really, really bad RNG. There's not much you can do about it. Yeah, this is awful. I'm glad I didn't get this in my speedrun. Yeah, sometimes Yuzu does that, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so you leave. And I personally have the Squish the Cat split. You can have whatever splits you want, but I split on leaving here. Okay, so now here you just buffer down right, leave here. Here you just gotta go like a little bit right and then down. And then here, okay, so now this is, again, here's the other major difference from my optimal route, is we have to do an extra shopping trip here. So I would personally recommend going to the shop first. Because I guess it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. You could probably do this in any order, but I think I'd rather go to the shop first, like this. And then you can talk to this girl pretty dang early. I think here works, maybe a bit more. It's like in between these like wooden plank lines. You can talk to her there. Alright, so now here you have a lot of things you can buy. You can buy an health upgrade here, which is how much? How much is it? 40? So that's not really gonna work. You can maybe try to way to route this in, but the thing is then you're not gonna have enough to buy 3 refills of bombs. Basically you need 3 refills now for this route, because we're not doing the bridge bomb skip. So the only bombs we need now are at least 3 for Underlord, and then 8 for the Refights. So that's 11 total, which is 3 refills, because each refill gives you 4 bombs. And each refill costs 10 yeni, so you only have 30 yeni left over. The rest of the yeni you get is RNG from the enemy drop. So, I mean, if you have 70, you can definitely buy this, but if you don't, then skip it. Most of the time, you're probably gonna end up skipping it, unless you, like, defeated so many enemies and got really lucky, then you can buy that too. But what you're gonna buy here are these 2 items down here. So you start here, you just have to hit the top right corner of this bomb, and this doesn't have many dialogues at all, so you gotta be careful about this. Like my visual cue personally is it says like shopkeeper : right? After you buy 1 refill of bombs, there's 2 shopkeeper dialogues, and the second one is the one where you have control of your cursor again. So you only have to advance 1 shopkeeper dialogue. So in this case, now you have a choice, right? You can either refill 2 bombs now, or you can, I guess you might as well just refill 2 now. You can do 1 refill of 4 because that's all you need for Underlord, or you can do 2 now and then later you just get 1. Doesn't matter what you do. I guess if you get like really unlucky and you need a lot of bombs, then you might have to do a 4th refill. So you might as well just buy 2 now and see what you need later on. And heck, you might even be able to get the health upgrade on the 2nd trip or something. But yeah, anyway, I digress. You go here. So yeah, I mashed this and then there. Like, it's so, like, you see how fast that is? It's so fast. I just look for the word shopkeeper, and as soon as I see shopkeeper once, I stop mashing. But in this case, I need to buy a 2nd one. So I gotta buy another one. Stop. Okay, now here, you do want to heal. Now, luckily, this donut here heals to the full. So you might as well just do it. It only costs 5, so just do that. And then 1 more dialogue. You eat the donut. You feel a little healthier, and then you leave. B. Alright. So that's it there. Now we go to Ito. Okay, yeah, you definitely shop first. This is why you shop first, because the spawn point is right here. So if you enter this screen from the highest point, do the shopping, and then go back here, now you're at the lowest point. So you just saved a little bit of frames by doing that. Alright, then you go to Ito. Here you buffer up right until this. You go up around here, a little bit left, a little bit more left, a little bit right. And then here you can talk to Ito pretty low. I think even this will work. No? just line up her ponytail with his feet and it'll work. So yeah, Junji Ito, the famous mangaka. You deliver his cat to him, and he gives you the key to Dungeon 3, Underlord's Crypt. He has no idea what this is even for, but he just happens to have the skeleton key. A little bit left, a little bit right, go down, leave here, and then you go down this way. Oh no, sorry. Okay, hold on. Route divergence again. I'm so used to like my optimal route. You don't want to go down this way. So in my route, I go down this way, and I go to Desert Town. I go get my fishing rod, which we already have, and then you go up and you do the bomb skips on the bridge, and you go up to D3. Now we have to go a little bit of a long way, but it's not even that bad compared to the other route. We're just gonna use the bomb rock shortcut that we already used, right? So we're gonna go back up this way. Go up here. And then you could just buffer up straight into your bomb rock shortcut area. And here, I don't actually know the screen transition going up, but I guess just go up as soon as you can. Yeah, you'll get pushed right. I guess that's fine. Go here. Okay, so now here's the thing. So now there's a lot of things that can hit you along the way to D3, and that's something that's a little bit scary. But now that you have 5 HP and you're full health, you can tank 4 things. And there's a Kitsune statue at the very start of Dungeon 3, so you have to route this out in a way that you can only take hits from 4 things. If you look at the map, or if you just look at what's to come, the next screen has 2 slimes, the screen after that has 1 slime, the screen after that, I think, has a yokai, the teleporting bat-looking thing that flies around, the screen below that has a skeleton, and the screen on the right has a bat. And then there's 2 slimes on the way to Dungeon 3. So there's 6 screens that can hurt you. So you have 4 out of those 6 to route around. The one that you're almost always going to get hit by is the bat. Actually, I think always. There's no way you can avoid the bat without slashing and killing it, but you're going to get hit by that bat. So just expect the bat is going to hit you. So we're down to 4. So now we have 3 hits we can take. I think personally what I would do, I think I would tank the slimes coming up now. I would try to avoid them, but if I get hit, oh well. The next screen has a slime. I would kill that slime, because he'll most likely be in your way. He almost always like moves towards you downwards, so just get rid of that slime. If the yokai teleports in your way, deal with the yokai. If not, just move on. The skeleton is avoidable no matter what by buffering down right, I'm pretty sure. And then you just tank the bat and you tank the slime, and that's exactly 4. That's what I would do personally. So you go here, you get hit, it's fine. Slash this guy. Like, don't even move and just slash. Then there's the yokai. Oh no, sorry. I'm thinking about, there's a lot more screens than that. I'm sorry. These bats can't hit you, I'm pretty sure. This is the green, sorry. So here, you have a choice. You can go down and then right, or right and then down. I think it's better to go right. I don't think it really matters all that much, but I would personally go this way. If the yokai's in your way, deal with it. If not, whatever. And then you can just go here, the skeleton will get you. This bat will always hit you no matter what, so just deal with it. And then here, there's the fisherman. So here you talk to the fisherman, give the rod, mash, mash, mash. Again, there's a lot of dialogues, and he'll say, blah, 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 you're welcome. You're welcome is the last dialogue. Leave out here, and then just tank these slimes. Ouch. And then you don't have to talk to Alma here, just go to the key, unlock it, and you're in Dungeon 3. Congratulations, you made it to basically the halfway point of the game. Pretty much past the halfway point now. Alright, Dungeon 3 is another dungeon with a lot of random enemy RNG stuff everywhere. So you gotta be really careful about all that. So again, this is just another area that's just, like, it's all about HP management and just guiding your, like, just estimating your risk and stuff like that, risk reward. But most of the time, you're gonna want to slash things dead. I'll point out ones where I think I'd rather not, or rooms where you can always avoid the randomness. But yeah, so you'll come here, no matter what HP you're at, you want to heal. Just heal right away, or save, or whatever you want to do there. And you want to go quickly to go to this detour over here, just to quickly grab this chest. If that bat flies right away, you might want to like quickly go diagonal like this just to be safe, but I think if you're like perfect, if you move perfectly, that bat can never hit you. But just to be safe, you can do that. We go back left. These bats can never hit you if you hold left. You go up this way. This yokai can get in your way. Slash it down if it does get in your way. Otherwise, move on. Now these 2 bats here, the right bat can hit you. If it moves, it will hit you. You have a few options. Either you just tank it no matter what, or if you're really good at reacting to them moving, you can avoid getting hit by them. I'm gonna try to demonstrate that right now. I'm gonna do a quick save state here and try to pull that off. I personally just tank it, but Okay, it didn't. So if you just hold right there, I would have been fine. But I want to see if I can spawn. Yeah, there. If you back up like that, you can avoid that bat. So that's an option, and that's probably the way I would recommend if you really want to not get hit. But you have to be good at reacting to the bat moving, because as soon as the bat moves, you don't have that much time to react to it. He'll hit you. So if you feel like you have a bad time reacting to that, maybe just accept that you're going to get hit by that, and you got to be safer elsewhere. Now, the thing with these screens is it's really annoying with the stairs. If you hold right, you're going to infinitely go up and down stairs like this. So this is another example of, like, again, remembering what the future screens are and what you have to do in them to not get owned. So in this case, you're thinking ahead once you're in this bat room. Well, there's a lot of things you're thinking about. You're thinking about not getting hit by the bat, but then you're also thinking about, okay, I'm on the next screen, I need to hold left immediately, so you don't go up the stairs again. And that's gonna happen another time, I think. So just keep that in mind. So you hold right, and then hold left, and here you have to like shimmy down a little bit so you don't get stuck on the wall. Again, if the yokai gets in your way, deal with it. Now this slime, there's actually a way to 100% avoid this slime. If you're not comfortable with it, just slash it. Honestly, just slashing it is totally fine. There's a way I do it that is like just a half second quicker. I basically move to a certain point. I like wait a bit, and if they move, I go to the right side of them. If they don't move, you're safe to go up, as long as you can react quickly enough. I'm gonna go ahead and make a save state for this too, actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and load this. Okay, I actually don't know if I can save on this screen, so I'm gonna do this. Alright, so you go like, oh, whoops. I dropped the bomb. Okay. This, and so I go, oh, so you got in my way. Okay, there. So that's an example of them not moving, so I was able to know that I can go. Let me try that again. That yokai kind of messed me up. Here. So you can slash it if they're on the way, or they're in your way, and then oh, it moves. So you go around like this. So those are the two things that can happen with that slime, and there's a way to avoid it every time if you move correctly, or just slash it. It doesn't matter, honestly. It's like half a second. All right, and then here you hold right and hold right through all these screens until here. If you hold right after that screen, that bat can never hit you. I see a lot of people, not a lot of people, I'm like calling out Welsh here, I'm sorry Welsh, but Welsh had a tendency of entering that screen and just sitting there and being like, what's this screen again? And then by the time you do that, like the bat's gonna hit you. There's nothing you can do about that. So you wanna hold right, entering those screens. Which is, it's kind of counterintuitive because the screen just before, I told you not to hold right because then you're gonna go up and down stairs. But yeah, just remember, for that one, you don't want to hold it right, and then for this bat, you do want to hold it right. Now when you get to this screen, okay, I kind of already like spawned it, but you can go around the skeleton no matter what, both ways without getting hit. So what I personally like to do here is I line up until I hit like just before this like door entryway, and I buffer down right from there. So you buffer down right until you're under him, and then you just go around him, and he'll just move up diagonally like that, like a dummy, and he'll never hit you. On the way back, it's a little bit more difficult, so keep that in mind. I'll try to walk you through that one once you get there. Okay, so now this room is kind of annoying. This screen has two orcs on either side of the chest. The left one is basically always going to be in your way. The right one can sometimes not be in your way. I personally would recommend just defeating the orc. So that way you just don't get hit. I would definitely value not getting hit over getting hit, obviously. So I would just go in, see what they do. So here you can walk past them like this. But now the thing is, if you do this, now he'll be able to charge you going up. So what you'd have to do here is you either tank him, or you bait him to go up to charge into you, and then you kill him. So I would do that in this situation, is you do this and you just bait him and hit him like that. But yeah, I think 90% of the time, I think you should just defeat him. But yeah. Okay, next room has a bat in the center of the screen. If you walk around it, there's a chance that it won't fly and you'll be safe. But half the time, or I don't know what the odds are, it'll fly and it'll hit you and you'll be sad. So I think this is another room I would probably recommend just attacking into it, unless you're full HP. I think if you're at 5 HP, I probably wouldn't do this. But if you're anywhere under 5 HP, I would definitely recommend just walking up into this and just slash it 3 times. And then just pick up, like, wait a bit and pick up food if it drops it. But yeah, I'm at full HP, so I think in this case, I would have just, like, I would have either tried to, like, go around it to not get hit, Or I could just be like, you know what? I'm confident that I won't take that much damage. I'm just gonna hold straight up right into it and save the most amount of time, because it doesn't matter, because I'll be good with the HP that I have. But I would not recommend that. I would personally recommend just defeating it, honestly. Or you can try going around it and get lucky. Either way. Now, unfortunately, the next screen has a skeleton you cannot avoid, just like the one in Dungeon 2. So, honestly, this is one you just tank. Just tank it. You're gonna take this no matter what. Like, you can try fighting it. Trust me, you're gonna get hit. You're gonna lose a lot of time trying to defeat it without getting a hit. So, just go up here, diagonal up left, tank it, and go down this way. Like, just deal with it. Like, and you're gonna have to tank that guy again, by the way. But anyway. So now go here, you can ignore this guy and jump down here. Now, okay, so here, this is a good example. If he spawns here, he could actually spawn a pattern where he walks into that spot where you need to be. In that case, you have a few options, I guess. You can try to bait him upwards and then dodge him, or you could just kill him and then jump down. Just know that if he drops something there, like if he drops like an item or whatever, like you have to wait for like the item to get picked up before you can jump down. It sucks when that happens, but anyways, it's not a big deal. Just something to keep in mind, I guess. You pick up this key chest, and then you go down here, and now like if you feel like you're like, I'm at 1 HP, I'm probably gonna die, like you can like right now just go and save and heal here if you really don't feel confident in yourself. But the way I routed this is in a way that you should be fine throughout the entire dungeon without having to heal, except maybe the end. Like, because there is a portal here at the end, so you can use the portal and heal at the end if you're feeling really scared. But I think with the way I routed here, and if you really play it safe and like slash the things that you can slash or dodge the things that you know you can dodge, you should be fine, especially with 5 HP. So yeah, so heal or not, but diagonal down left, go this way. And now we're gonna go to the mushrooms down here. And the reason why I'm saving this for the second trip is that you most likely have taken damage, and you have to defeat these sporelings to move on to get the key. And chances are, like, almost, like 75% of the time, you're gonna get one food drop here, because if it's a 50% chance and there's 2 of them, then, you know, do the math from there. But, yeah, you're pretty dang likely to get a food drop here. So there's 1. And I got 2. So I got that was a 25% chance, but there you go. So that's why you want to save this room for later. I used to do routes where I did this first, and I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. So definitely want to do this later. But yeah. And then we're basically going through the motions again, like the same movement that we did earlier. You can go around this. Okay, the bat got me. So like you can risk it or not. He's in the way. You can go around or kill him, whatever you want. And here, react to the slime. He didn't move, go. Here you hold right, hold right, hold right, hold right, hold right, hold right. Alright, and then here we're just gonna go back this way again. Again, I would recommend killing the bat. I'm at 4 HP, because you're gonna tank a hit here, so now I'm gonna go down to 3 HP. So now you only have 3 HP for a lot of it. Now here you just have to tap down a little bit, and you enter there. And there you want to buffer down right. So this is another example of like buffering coming in clutch. If you don't buffer there, let me think about this. Yeah, this is, you're probably gonna infinitely go through stairs, right? If you do left, yeah, if you hold left, you're gonna get stuck like this again. So again, think about your actions and enter the stairs and buffer down right. The slime will never get you, no matter what they do. They'll always move like that. You'll never get hit. All right, now this screen, you wanna go down a bit, or I guess you can hold down left a bit here. You can go like the doorway thing again, like down left a bit. And then I line up with the portal and then go down left from here. Trigger this, and then trigger this, unlock those 3 keys because they're all in the way. Go back up left here, go up here, up right, and here you can enter the stairs from pretty far left. So that's a little bit too far left, but if you go a little bit more right, you can trigger it from pretty far left. So don't go too far right, but just enough that you're gonna barely like line up your right hand or ear with the stairs or whatever. And then again, you want to buffer left. As soon as you enter this, you buffer left. Like this, buffer left. Watch out for the yokai, they can get in your way. If they come in your way, just slash them down. Here you can open the chest from pretty dang far away. Here, look how, this is like even further than other chests for some reason. I don't know why it's the case, but the hitbox is just massive for this chest. So like, I just use this like skull as a cue, and I just like step on the skull, and then you'll be able to interact with it. And that's the last key you need. And you go up here, Again, the yokais can get in your way, so just pay attention to them. Buffer down here, and then down right, open this, and then up, down, right, and left, and that's the solution to the puzzle. Luckily, you don't have to like read all the clues or anything like that. You just do the solution and it works. So now you're here. In my case, I'm at 3 HP, which is like pretty much like near best case scenario, basically. Like, I guess best case scenario would be like 4 because you get hit by the skeleton and you get hit by nothing else. Now, I'm personally pretty confident with 3. I'm even confident with 2. 1 is where I start to freak out because I can make one silly mistake and I'm dead. Now, if you're not confident with this fight, because this fight can get a little chaotic, I definitely recommend just going and take the portal. And buffer right, heal, save if you want to, go back in the portal. It's not that long. We're talking maybe, I don't know, 5-6 seconds or something. All right, I'm gonna hydrate now. I recommend you do too if you're this far and you haven't hydrated. Okay. So Underlord. So Underlord has like 4 different patterns basically. The one you want to see that's 100% consistent is the one where he goes to the very center of the screen. He does the like knife sword attack thing around the whole room because you can quick kill him with the bombs that you have with that pattern. Especially with the Tempest Slash technique. It's like it's I wouldn't say it's super easy, but once you like get the pattern down, it's like a 100% consistent pattern. Now all the other 3 patterns are like kind of random and you kind of have to adapt to what they do. I think the worst one that they do, in my opinion, is the one where they teleport to the top, or not teleport, they move to the top left corner. So you have to go all the way to the top left. But at least that attack is probably the easiest one to deal with because they do this thing where they like put their hand, they go like da 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 da. They shoot projectiles. If you stand like directly in front of Underlord, you'll never get hit by those projectiles ever. So you can just stand there, slash, drop a bomb, peace out, and then you're good. The teleport, it kind of depends. Like, you pretty much ideally want to not be near the top of the screen because then it gives him a chance to teleport in the wall, and then your only chance of hitting him through the wall is maybe the bomb explosion hits him through there. So you ideally want to stay as middle of the screen as possible, and obviously it's going to be hard to do if they're on the top of the screen, but try your best. But yeah, anyway, the basic route of this boss with all the bombs you have is you're going to do slash bomb, slash bomb, slash, and he's dead, right? Wait, did I do that right? Slash bomb, slash bomb, slash bomb, slash. 4 slashes and 3 bombs in between the slashes. Because when you slash, there's like a iframe window of like a second or something, and when you drop the bomb after you slash, the bomb explodes just after the iframes expire. So it's like the optimal use of like waiting out the bombs is by weaving in swords in between, right? So I'm gonna do a save state here and try to get different patterns. Actually, I think I have a save state with different patterns, but we'll just roll with this and see what he gives us. Now, what I personally do is I just like go into this fight expecting the center pattern. If my brain is already expecting the center pattern, I could just execute the strat that quick kills him, right? So you mash through this. His last dialogue is like, he makes like a pun at some point. This guy's kind of funny. This is the last dialogue. Very well, on guard. So you mash here. I just continue to mash A after this to get a slash off. And then if he does the center pattern, that slash is going to hit him. And then as soon as you slash, you drop a bomb, you go to the side of him, like the top right of him, do a Tempest Slash, that'll make the bomb explode right away. You go behind him, slash him again, wait a bit. It's hard to explain. I probably have to just show it first, but let's just see what happens here. Okay, so I got a bad pattern here. So I'm just gonna play this out. I'm just gonna show you how I play this. Slash, bomb. Okay, so that was a bad decision, because that didn't hit. But you have a lot of bombs to work with. And he's dead. Okay. So that was the center pattern there, but yeah. I guess I kinda wanna show the best pattern, so I'm gonna load a center pattern save state. I have a lot of Underlord save states, and again, you can find all these save states in the document, Underlord Center. So this pattern here is the one you want to see. It is really, really good, really, really fast, and it's 100% consistent. Tempest Slash, wait a bit, slash bomb, Tempest Slash, slash bomb, Tempest Slash, and there you go. And he's dead, just like that. And if you do that perfectly, just try to match what I do as much as you can there, and they will always die here, and they won't do any other pattern. So this pattern is really, really good and eliminates all randomness. So 1 out of 4 times, you just win, which is sick. The other times, they do a lot of crazy stuff, like you saw there, that if you go in the top left, that attack is easy, luckily, so you get a free, at least get a free 2 slashes and a bomb. But then, after that, it's like, okay, they can do random stuff, so you kind of have to adapt to what they do. And I think starting off, I would recommend just waiting to see what their second pattern is before you drop another bomb. And then place the bomb near them and then continue the pattern, right? But yeah, as long as you do 3 bombs, you can even do 4 bombs if you want. You have an extra bomb from the refills, so you can do whatever you want, really. But yeah, they have 16 HP, so 4 bombs kills, but also 4 slashes and 3 bombs also kills. So that's why we do 4 and 3. But yeah, you can do whatever you want, but yeah. Whatever it takes to beat them as quickly as possible with bombs, do it. But yeah, I'll try to do that other save state again, because that one was definitely a random one. So I'll just try to, I mean, I'm probably gonna get the same pattern. Actually, maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. I'm just gonna boot up regular Hime's quest here. But yeah, just try your best to adapt to whatever RNG they give you. And again, with the power of bombs, like, you'll not be in that fight for very long. So I think as long as you have, like, if you have 3 HP, like, you're pretty relatively safe, honestly. Like, you'd have to, like, really, like, tank them, like, unnecessarily too much to die there with 3 HP. But, yeah. So I think I'm probably gonna get the same pattern here where they go up left. The way RNG works is, like, the RNG accelerates with like enemy movements and stuff. So because I didn't change screens or anything like that, like I could be here forever. They're gonna do the, I know they're gonna do the up left pattern because I made a save state, right? Oh, actually, never mind. They went there. Tempest Slash, slash wait. Okay, they teleported, so I'm gonna bomb. Tempest Slash. You can like do this, be greedy. Hit him. Slash. It's kind of hard to like explain this fight because a lot of different things can happen, but just understand the 4 different patterns. I think the one pattern we haven't seen, oh no, we've seen all the patterns now. So they can go top left, do the projectile thing. They can go top middle and do like the charge attack thing. You just stand in the middle there, you won't get hit. If they do the teleport thing, they're gonna do that sweeping sword attack. So there you want to kind of quickly like you do a slash, drop a bomb, and then peace out. Like go under the sword, or maybe if you have enough time, like sneak in like diagonally upright or something. I don't recommend that, but you can maybe do something like that. But just try your best to not get hit, and try your best to weave in bombs and not waste too many. You can waste them if you want, I guess, with this route, but yeah, just try your best, really. All right. Underlord's down all, well, I was gonna say all 3 dungeons, but we didn't do the first dungeon. Klepto is just there, like, waiting in her pyramid, like, what the heck is going on? Where is Hime? And then they get called to the Dream Casino where you refight them all, and they're like, oh, what the heck? She skipped my dungeon, how dare she? Alright, so we split here, whatever. Okay. So now here, we're pretty much, like, lined up, well, pretty much mostly lined up with the optimal route. So yeah, now the rest of the route is basically the same. So if you watched my personal best or whatever other run, it'll probably look exactly the same. Now, if you are at less than 3 HP here, there is an argument to just heal here if you want. If you're feeling really scared, then go do that. If you're at 3 HP or more, you're fine. You can just tank 2 slimes and you can make it to the next save statue, no problem. So it's up to you. You can also like just risk it at 2 HP and just slash a slime down, and then you're also going to be fine, but you got to be really confident that you can defeat the slime without it hitting you back, right? So in this case I have 4, so I'm just going to leave. Go down out of this, and then I can just tank this guy. And now on this screen, okay, hold on, I'm going to do a little bit of a pause here. There's a visual cue I use here to get another one of those like screen transition things. So this is another really wide screen on the bottom. So I have a visual cue on like the top. There's like a kind of like a ledge with like ridges in it, and I just go until I reach the first ridge, and then I buffer down left and I hit the transition that I want. So like if you go straight down, or like here, you're gonna be really far this way. So if I aim for like this ridge right here. It's hard to explain. There's like little humps in the thing, and I just make sure I like line up her eyes with the first one, and then I go down left, and then you end up further left, right? Because if you go like this, see, that's not good enough. So let me just start from the beginning of the screen now, and now you're all the way left here. So that's my personal visual cue. Again, it's really up to you what you want to do, but I think this is really good. And then here you have the mice. You go up here, down this way. That bat will never get you if you move efficiently. Slime, up this way, up left, down here. And then you have the statue right here. So I just buffer up left here, heal, and we're back to full health again. And now we should be good for the rest of the game, ideally. You can still get hit in the desert, which kind of sucks. In that case, you can heal again inside the Dream Casino. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, up to you. You go up here, Big Cheese. You can talk to this guy pretty early as well. You can talk to him as early as like this, I think. I just aim for like this tile here in front of him, like this black and white 2x2 tile. So as soon as I cross that, you're good. Mash A. Again, you have to talk to the Big Cheese twice. Now here, you gotta be careful. Once you're holding the CRT, don't mash too much. Yeah, right here, I think there's only like 2 text boxes. 1, 2, and you're out. If you mash A past that, you're gonna talk to him again, and you lose plenty of time. So I've done that plenty of times. I don't recommend it. Okay, so now you go back the way you came. And this time we're just gonna go take the bomb rock shortcut again. So we're just gonna go down here. This slime will never get you. This slime, I think no matter what, you can avoid that slime too as long as you move correctly. Again, move left a little bit so you're closer to the left side, which is where you want to go. And then here, we're gonna go deliver the anime DVD finally, or prove that we can get our anime license. Or anime membership card, that's the word. Alright, and then we go down this way, and then we're gonna go refill our bombs real quick. Like 5, you could like theoretically skip this if you wanted to and then only use 5, but I don't recommend it. Again, Nofungus, like each bomb on Nofungus saves you over half a minute. And then not having bombs for Underlord where you have 5 HP, like you want to just get the bosses over with, and this is not that big of a detour to be honest. So I would recommend just going here and just go refilling bombs again. And then you're back to full. And if you only use 3 bombs or 4 bombs, like you just have to refill once. I'm just used to doing 2 because in my route I have to go here and I have to refill twice. But yeah, refill once or twice if you need to, and that's it. You leave there, and then yeah, that's all you need to enter the Dream Casino. You just need that the membership card, and then you go this way. And now here you have 2 different ways to go to the dungeon, but I think this way is faster and more safe because you don't have to deal with 1 squid really. That guy can hit you. If he does hit you, that kind of sucks. I think I would probably suggest killing that that squid too. And then we're in the casino. And here's Porter. We didn't even see him all run because we don't use the train. You would think the train would save time because like it lets you move throughout the map, like lets you warp around the map, like fast travel, but like you have to sit through that like long cutscene of like riding the train and you can't skip it, and it just ends up being faster to just traverse the map regularly. I think maybe if you went from like the top left train station to the bottom right, maybe there's an argument where it could be faster, but that almost is never required. So yeah, kind of unfortunate that the fast travel is actually just not fast, but yeah, it is what it is. So you go up here, and now yeah, so now if you did get hit for whatever reason and you want to play it really safe, you can just take like a 5-second detour to just go heal here real quick. But otherwise, you're going straight to the boss fights. And you can do these in whatever order you want, to be honest. There's no real, like, upside to a certain order. I guess there's only 4 orders that are optimal. Like, obviously you don't want to do, like, go to Nofungus, then Klepto, and then go back to Underlord. Like, you want to do it in a way that you're constantly moving left and then constantly moving back right. So there's only like 4 possible orders with that, which is Klepto and then the other 2 in any order, that's 2 options. Or you do Nofungus, then Underlord, then Klepto, or you just do them all backwards. So a lot of people just go do Nofungus first because they're the most RNG boss, and like you could just have a really bad Nofungus happen right away, and your run's just dead, so you can just like reset there if you don't want to continue the run. But it really is up to you. I kind of shuffle between Nofungus or Underlord first. I don't think there really is a clear winner preference. So do whatever you want. I'm just gonna go do Nofungus, and I don't really have to talk about these fights because they're basically the exact same fights again. I do have to talk about Clepto though, because Clepto, we skipped Clepto, so I gotta talk about Clepto, but these two I'm just gonna do them the same. So you can fast forward if you don't care about this, but it's literally the same fights. You can do 3 bombs on Nofungus with 8 bombs, so I would definitely recommend just bombing. Tempest Slash, got him. And again, try your best to not get hit. Sometimes it's just really hard to not get hit, but you know. Alright, so again, focus Nofungus, just pay attention to what they're doing, and as soon as they move to the side, drop a bomb, and peace out from where the bomb was dropped, so you can make sure it hits. Okay, we got it. There. Oh, and Temper Slash. No, I didn't get it. I don't think I got it. Oh, again? Oh, I didn't get it again. Oh no! This is not good. Shoot. I'm gonna load a save state. Don't do what I just did. So they did the lucky and unlucky thing of instantly shooting out their arm, and there is a way, again, with the Tempest Slash to make that hit. It's really hard though. You have to react as soon as they do it, and then you have to nail the Tempest Slash input of 20 frames before the bomb flashes. So honestly, I think starting out, I would probably just recommend just slashing with your sword when that happens, because then you just have to do 2 sword slashes and 2 bombs and you're good. So yeah, and then also if you get lag framed, where if you get lag framed, then you can just you can like go back and slash with your sword if that happens. And when I say lag framed, in case you didn't see it, like sometimes the bombs just don't even hit regardless of whether you're in the radius or not, and it just seems like lag frames sometimes eat up when it would actually hit. So just keep that in mind. Like if it doesn't hit, that's probably why. Oh wait, a save state. Like, where's my save file? Oh no. Yeah. So this should be the Nofungus inside the casino again. Slash. One more. Alright, that was a pretty dang good Nofungus. Now, I don't remember if I did Underlord in this split or not. If I didn't, it's no big deal. It's literally the exact same fight. You just do 4 slashes, 3 bombs, and that way, if you did 3 bombs on Nofungus like I just did, and 3 bombs on Underlord, oh yeah, so looking at my bombs, I already did Underlord. So just pretend I did Underlord. Again, it's literally the same fight, just only use 3 bombs and 4 slashes, and then you can use 3 bombs on Nofungus, and then you defeat that. Or you can do 2 bombs and 2 slashes, and then you have an extra bomb for Underlord or Clepto if you mess up. Just do whatever you want there. Now, Klepto's the one that's actually different, so... Okay, I don't want to make a save state here, though. I actually have save states for Clepto, so we're going to do that. Clepto has 2 patterns, and they're both basically the same speed as long as you have enough HP. So if you have more than 2 HP going into that fight, you will always do it at the same amount of time. So I have 2 of them here. So they can either stay in the center, or they can move to the side. Honestly, the hardest pattern is when they stay in the center for 1 attack, for like 1 bomb, and then they move to the side, but you should be fine when that happens. But that's the one that could mess you up, because then you can maybe drop the bomb too early or too late, and they like pass the bomb before it explodes or something. But that's where the Tempest Slash comes in to save your butt. So yeah, so this is the center one. So what I do personally is I hold up until I'm kind of like almost right up in her face, like not her face, but like her bottom body part or whatever. Like, or you could also look at like the orange tile, like top left of Hime, there's like an orange tile floating in space on the far left. If you go about that high and drop the bomb there, that will connect with her. Now, this is the center pattern, so I know she's gonna stay center. So I'll show you what the center pattern looks like. But basically, you're going up that high, you're dropping a bomb, then you're going to the side. You immediately turn left or right. Basically, you go where Klepto isn't, but if they're staying in the center, it doesn't matter which way you go. And then you wait, you go left or right, depending on whatever, and then she's gonna spawn like a geyser thing of water, and you're basically moving left or right to bait her to do the geyser that way, so it's like away from where you have to go. And as soon as that spawns, you just immediately go back right, and you can go through the bomb radius, or you can go, like, you can do a lot of things really, but this is what I do personally. And then I drop a bomb again in the center, and then regardless of whether she moves to the side or stay in the center, you will hit her. So this is what I do. I go like this, bait it, boom, drop it here, and Tempest Slash so it explodes quick enough to hit her. Or you can just let it, you can just, like, if you do it like fast enough, the bomb will hit her regardless of what you do there. But yeah, that's what I do for the center pattern. I'll do it one more time, because that was kind of a quick explanation. This, go into the radius, drop it, and just let that go. Yeah, so if you drop it really early and she moves, don't Tempest Slash. Just let it go, and she'll just run into the explosion and she'll die. Otherwise, if she stays in the center, then you want to Tempest Slash so the bomb kills her quicker and you save like half a second. So yeah, that's one pattern. I'll show off the other pattern now, where she moves right away, and I think in this save state she moves right, but she can move left, and if she does move left, then you want to move the opposite way than what I'm doing here. So Klepto right. So again, if you have more than 1 HP here and she's the last boss that you're fighting, you have a way to do this just as fast as the other pattern, basically. Because you just tank. She has this other attack where she just does this huge like water beam across the whole screen, and if you stay on the very far opposite of where she is, she won't hit you with that water beam. But if you have enough HP to tank it, you'd rather just tank it and place the other bomb again. And then no matter if she does the pattern where she stays in the center or go to the other side, she will run into the bomb regardless. So there's a way to do this just as fast as the other pattern. So I'll show that off now. So we know she's going right, but just react to what she does. You go up, drop bomb, she went left, and just stay about here, tank it, and then drop the bomb where it was. Now, this is where it's a little tricky here. So now you have a few options here, right? Now, if you do this fast enough and you like mash the crap out of B inside the radius, and then you don't Tempest Slash, like, I mean, you should just Tempest Slash no matter what here, probably. There might be a chance that you can Tempest Slash too fast, and then it explodes before she runs into it, but I don't think that maybe could happen. I don't know. Let's just mess around with it. So drop bomb, Tempest Slash, go here, drop bomb, Tempest Slash. There you go. Like, if you can like do the Tempest Slash for this second pattern, it's really beneficial for you. Like, not only is it faster, but it's also just way more consistent. So we'll try it again. Boom, Tempest Slash, boom, Tempest Slash, dead. So yeah, you could also just like spam slashing if you want. Like, you do this, right? You can go here and just do this, and eventually it will explode, and then you do the same thing here. You could just do that. Honestly, that might even just be the thing I recommend. The thing that's just scary about that is that sometimes, I don't know what causes this, the bomb sometimes just never explodes when you just spam slashing, so keep that in mind. And if that does happen, I warned you, but you can just do that if you want. I think when you slash, you do add like a lag frame every time you do, so you technically are losing a little bit of time. You're losing like frames, like we're talking about 0.05 or something silly. Like, you're not losing that much time, but just keep that in mind. If you really want to be super duper optimal, you kind of want to get used to the timing, or maybe just react to the bomb flashing or something. But yeah, that's it. That's it for Klepto. Pretty simple. Only two different patterns, and they're both pretty similar, honestly. Oh, I guess I should say, if you don't have enough HP to tank it, then you can basically do the same thing, but you just wait for the water beam to like run out. So I guess I'll talk about that real quick before I move on to the last boss. So you can do this, Tempest Slash, and then just wait, and then drop it here, and then see what she does. Now, if you have to wait, then you don't want a Tempest Slash, basically. because if she stays in the center, she'll get hit by that. If she doesn't stay in the center, then you have to wait until she comes back into it. So that's the thing. You have to just like kind of judge, like, okay, wait, do I have to Tempest Slash here or not? Like most of the time you don't, or not most of the time, but like half the time you don't, half the time you do. So yeah, there's a lot of different things there that can happen, I guess, depending on your situation. But yeah, that is it for the refights. I didn't do Underlord, but Underlord is literally the same fight, so just do the same thing I did in the first Underlord. Now, I would highly recommend, unless you're somehow at like 4 or 5 HP, you definitely want to heal again. So just go heal again here, and then enter the door. There's also, for some reason, another... Oh, wait a minute. This is, oh, interesting. This is a... I entered Klepto first here. Okay, hold up. We're gonna just load my Y2K save file. Actually, wait, which one can I use here? Do I not have a save state for like the ending? I do. That's just straight into the boss fight. I mean, the ending is literally just mashing. You're just mashing for like a minute, basically. So it's really, you're not missing much, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go skip to this. Just to save on time, but yeah, refights are done. But yeah, there is another save statue in there. You could use that one too, I guess. It doesn't really matter which one you use. I think they're about the same time. Maybe one is like frames quicker. I never really checked it. I personally just always use the one before, but yeah, either one's good. And then yeah, then you'll be full health for that fight. You definitely want to be full health for it because you're most likely gonna want to tank a lot of the attacks, or the tail attack especially. But yeah, the Y2K Bug can do 3... Wait, is it 3? I think it's 3 different attacks. Yeah, there's 3 different attacks. So the first attack they can do, that's the one you want to see, is they just like, they kind of like put their head, they attack downwards with their head and they just shoot like a garbage down the middle, like a glitchy garbage square. That one can never hit you because you'll stay on the side and they'll never hit you. There's another pattern where they have like these 2 things on the side like this that are shooting garbage from one end to then another end. That one you're gonna have to dodge. So that one you have to get ready to like move down to get out of the way and then go back up and continue attacking. Then the last one, which is the one you don't want to see, as long as you don't see it too often, is the tail. There's like a tail on the bottom of the screen that moves to one side of the screen and then just shoots like a giant beam of glitchiness, and it's gonna hit you. Like, well, you can move out of the way to avoid that, but you don't want to do that because it takes time to move all the way off screen to do that. You want to keep on attacking them with your swords as much as you can. So I think for the first couple, like if you're at 5 HP, you could just tank 3 of those, no problem. Like, it's pretty unlucky to get more than 3 of them. If you get more than 3, like, they should be nearly dead at that point. So yeah, I would personally, I think starting off, definitely tank 3 or like tank up to 2 HP, and then just have like a 1 HP buffer. If they do a 4th tail, then just like move out of the way. You just got to move to the side, but don't run into any of like the blue limb stuff or whatever it is. Just like go in an empty space of the side of the screen and it won't be able to hit you. Kind of like the water beam of Klepto, basically. Now, as for the Y2K Bug itself, in terms of attacking it as quickly as you can, what I do personally, like, you could just mash A at a distance, but the problem with mashing A is that you can get into a rhythm sometimes where like you attack A too early and it hits them during their iframes, and then you waste a whole sword attack basically. And every time you do that, it costs quite a bit, like probably like half a second or a second, because you have to like charge up your next sword beam. So you really want to make sure your sword beams count. And so what I personally do is I kind of like time it. Now what I do is I kind of just run up, like I go up left at the start and I line up straight into his face, and I have a kind of visual cue that I'll point out, or I'll try my best to point out. But there's this like V, there's like this blue V like under where his head is, like a brighter blue V, like a cyan V, and I just kind of aim to be in there but on the left a bit so that the center attack never gets me. And then what I do is I just time my sword hits. So like I look at Hime. Hime's spray basically does like a twirl. She does like a twirl, like a 360 twirl kind of thing. And I just kind of count like 4 animations of that. But sometimes, due to like getting hit or like an attack causing lag, like some of the frames don't display. So I just kind of have the mental like like expectation of her doing a full turn, and as soon as she does a full turn, then I do like a double A press. And when I do double, because basically if the first one it was too early, then the sword won't come out, and then the second one will cover if I was a bit too early. And when you do that timing, usually you will hit them every single time, as long as there is no lag frames introduced that change things a bit. But yeah, that's just a consistent way of like continuously hitting Y2K Bug without like wasting a sword. And again, you preferably want to be up in its face, because in that way the sword has less travel time. And so you're just like you're doing the A button with the sword, and then like you see the sword for like just a few frames and it hits them right away. So it's like it's extremely quick, and it's totally like not risky at all to be that high up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and load my save over here. I think I'm on the last dialogue here. This is for anime in all caps. That's the last dialogue. You're gonna be mashing here for like a minute or something. It's a lot of text. Just smash A for a bunch, and the fight starts. So as soon as the fight starts, I buffer up left a little bit. And if you get the attack where they do the side garbage right away, you're gonna have to dodge immediately, so be prepared for that. But if they do any of the other attacks, they won't get you until like, they either won't get you at all, or it'll get you at the tail like a lot later. So yeah, here we go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Right, so I just go here, twirl, now. So now they did attack, so then I do this, boom. So I went too fast, boom, boom. You can also like react to when they stop blinking. Like that's a very surefire way of getting it, but their iframe does expire a little bit before. But yeah, so I'm just looking at her twirling. Like once she does like a full twirl, you should be good. And that's the tail hits you, whatever, and then he's dead. Y2K Bug has 32 HP, so if you want to like be sure you split like perfectly, you just count 32 hits. And be sure that if you miss and you hit their iframes, that you don't split that early. But also, it's kind of hard to split this game in real time without a foot pedal. Don't worry about it. Pretty much just like minus 1 second from your time if you have to like get your hand off your controller and split. Don't worry about it. We probably should have, in retrospect, picked a later frame or something like that, but not a big deal, honestly. Don't worry about it. We'll fix the time in post. It's all good. Yeah, I'll do the fight one more time, because that wasn't like the cleanest performance of that. But you get the idea, right? Like there, I think there was only one tail attack. So like I didn't really have to worry about it. Maybe it was 2. But you have to really pay attention to the side ones. The side ones are the most threatening ones, but they have like a clear visual cue of like them moving. So like pay attention to that, and once you see one move or see that garbage is coming your way, just immediately duck out of it, and then just go back into your rhythm and go back into your like not safe spot, but like in your spot that hits them the quickest. Here, twirl. It's kind of like you see her sprite where she's facing down and then she stays down for quite a bit. Just imagine like she twirls again after the down. Like just wait twice as long on the down one and you'll be good. Okay, so the things actually they blink on the side too, so you have even more visual cue for that. And if it's the left one, you really gotta be quick, because yeah. Oh, so I went too fast there. And then when you get hit, like it really messes up your animation, so you gotta be careful about that. But yeah, that's basically it. That is Hime's quest, and then you enjoy this final cutscene and the credits and everything. It's pretty nice. And yeah, that was pretty long. This is kind of why I wanted to avoid doing a video tutorial, because I knew I was gonna blabber on forever about every little last thing about this game, but some people really prefer these kinds of tutorials, I guess. So yeah, if you found this useful in any way, I'm glad to hear it. Again, if you have any questions, first look through the Hime's Quest speedrunning guide document, linked in the description. There's like every detail about all kinds of things in there, but if something is still not making sense, or you have a question, or you want some clarification on certain things, or maybe some suggestions or tips on how to do certain things, just again, feel free to ping me on Discord. I'm Skateman222 on Discord. Or you can also go into the hashtag help channel in the Hime's Quest speedrunning Discord server, which will also be linked in the description. And yeah, we'll gladly help out anybody who needs help with anything with this game. But yeah, There's also plenty of other categories to try out too. There's all dungeons restricted that doesn't do bomb skipping at all, and you want to do dungeon 1 as well. That one is also a pretty beginner route to go into as well, because then you don't have any glitches to deal with. That's one I definitely recommend as well. Then the rest are a bit more punishing and long. So like curse mode, if you really are masochistic, as the game says, you can play curse mode. I haven't routed that out yet, but I do want to try that out. And then 100% is rough because you have to get the boomerang, which costs way too much money, and you have to grind on slimes for like 15 plus minutes. So if you find that fun, you can do that too. But yeah, that was it for the any percent tutorial, and I wish you all the best of luck in learning it, and I look forward to any new interested runners in picking up this game, and I and many others in the community will gladly help you out with any issues you may have. But yeah, best of luck, and I will see you out in the Hime's Quest Twitch directory, I guess. All right, take it easy, guys. Bye.